Yeah, it's Michael Fox, aka Zuzu from the Jamaican Mafia family. And right now you're tuning to M9ndtv, you know what I mean? Me there go on all our vibes, you know what I mean? M9ndtv to the world, to the globe. Abracadabra.
So I really don't mind if you matter because I
Give
practice
thanks to it
mindful.
night. Well, I am Ras Atiba, and Ras Atiba, Atiba means overstanding. I was born in Jamaica during the 60s. At an early age, I love to, go, especially at church, and I would recite or sing a poem. My cousin and I, Christine, I can remember, we always take part into church activities. In that year, we call it Christmas celebration. And during them time, they have a passion for creative expression. Because I could remember, even when I was in primary school, I used to take part into like plays and different events where one would sing or recite poems. And as I grew older, I kind of stray after I went to high school, secondary school, but I always had the passion for the art. And after graduating from Vauxhall, well, we used to do acting, we used to recite and sing. And we used to even do visual art. Because I remember at one time at our primary school, we used to do most of the drawing for the different classes then. So, as I say, as we move on to leave Mountain View Primary and we move on to Vauxhall Secondary. And at Vauxhall Secondary, I went on, I graduated, and after I graduated from Vauxhall Secondary, I went to St. George's College for a short time where I pursue a course in English because I have a passion for learning, and my mother was a lady who definitely would have promote anything when it come on to education for our children. So anyway, I never spent much time at that institution. Then I went on to get a little work at the Jamaica West Indies Glass Company. I never stayed there for long anyway because I always a creative person wanted to go out there and even do something for myself. So I always a fool on the music because me there at this place I'm called Portmore now in St. Catherine. And me have virgins who always go on the sound system and them do them thing. But anyway, me a work. And one holiday, I said to myself, say, say, me no feel like I want to work for the system and nobody no more. I want to do my own thing. So I went into barbering. So I used the money from that job that I was working temporarily at the West Indies, glass company, and then I used that money and I bought a share. But before I bought a share, I used to use razor and comb and do my artwork. And yes, I was really skillful working with my razor and comb. So anyway, I realized I was getting a lot of, customer doing barbering. So I decided I want to step it up. So I purchased a share, and then from there, what happened. Ras Atiba went on to being a master barber, open a little shop, employ some virgin, but still love music. So anyway, in my community, I have sound system and we'd go around there on a weekend and we'd sing and enjoy ourselves. And then now I started out singing because I really love to sing and I can sing. But during them time, I find out say a lot of attention never did take place in a certain era of the music. And my message was something positive. So I started to talk the dub poetry. And dub poetry, it wasn't fashionable. It wasn't anything where would generate no wealth of money or any fame. I wasn't looking for that. I wanted to make a serious stand in my community as a young man and a Rastafarian. However, I was, really privileged to have one of the first, see, participant or practitioner of this art form, dub poetry, who's Uku Onuro, who live in my community. Yeah. And I would see the brethren pass by and they see me and say, and after I start to get to know who's Uku, I say, but wait. And then I even grow a closer and more interest to dub poetry. But anyway, my first poem where I try out was with a brethren, them called Bantan. Him come to me one night, I can remember and say, Ras Atiba, say my life is not a nice life. And every time I stop to check my life, I break down in tears. I wonder why we just a fuss, a fight. And then me say, my water rate a come, my light bill too high, my landlord a come, all with the stove no light, and if we don't unite, things now go right. Stop the fuss, the fight. And anyway now, me the brother who love classical music, and same time now, me used to listen Benny King, Stand By Me. And after the tune come to me, tum, 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 tum. And me I tell you, that poem now kinda make I become a force in a Portmore, because anywhere I go and do this poem, a wrong course. So I remember the first time after leaving my community to do this poem, I went to the mall, and them time the people serious about them dancehall and them rare music, and who dare you come with dub poetry. So anyway, when I enter the stage, I'm with your man say, me no want blood clot poet. I say, Ras clot, what this? So anyway, the musician them, because I live music now, the man them ready. I'm going to get tum. I'm say Africa for Africans near and far, a natural woman for a natural man, an artificial woman for an artificial man. I tell you, man, standing ovation. Them time them me I walk barefoot and me like me, me mad. People say me dep on all drugs that day there. See, but anyway, the same brethren say so. And me have to rescue him and put him backstage, because the people them attack him with machete and all type of thing, because he was disrespectful. And we had to hold him there until the Waterford police station them come for him and escort him out of the place. And from there, I go on to other venue where I did only this one poem. And whenever I do this poem, it always creates an energy. And shortly after that, my youth born, Shabiko. And things are hard, are changed. So, I migrated to United States. And as a young father now, who really serious about I youth, I decided say I go focus and put some serious thing into parenting. So when me do now, I come here and me work, and I go back to school, and me pass my GED, and me do want to go to college, but same time my daughter come And I realize me that single parent now. So how me I go school and take care of this youth, a girl especially. Give thanks for our mother and our sister and our brother them. You know see it. But am my responsibility? You know see it. So what me have to do now is say to myself, say, Ras Atiba, you can't go back to school. You have to take up back your trade, which was barbering, because you need that cash flow. And same time now, the poetry, the art is in my DNA. Because my grandfather by my father's side, he used to play the violin. So music in me. So no carry me around, people always say, my time and my time. So people always remind me, say, you have to continue to do this thing. Anyway, I decided to be a serious father. So I dedicate most of the early time of my youth life until she go on to high school. Then I decide, say, boy, me I go work with a band. This band I call a Yasso, reggae band from Brooklyn. Give thanks to the man them. You know, for 2 years straight, we rehearse without a show. And I remember the first time, you know, when we perform at a place them called Beehive on Atlantic Avenue. Big up Grace. You know, see it on Ras G. So when we went there, we did 15 songs. That's even Sammy Dread turned to me, a veteran, and say, he never do 10 songs per one show. Oh, you are going to do so much. Anyway, a virgin them called Blue and I the keyboard player. You know, see it, and when we done that show, Zane, may I tell you, we get a follow-up. Because same time some virgin from up in a peak skill at the upstate New York saw our performance and gave us a gig up there and them annual festival, street festival. You know see, so that really showed I say Ras Atiba, dub poetry or your style of dub poetry had some relevance or people could relate, the everyday people, white, black, blue, yellow, brown, you know, can relate to I poem. You know see it. So after that now, that's how the journey starts. So then we go into different avenue because we love music. We do look at hosting here and there with On the Mic Thursday and with Night Nurse and a whole lot of people. But anyway, our true passion was starting a movement. A movement would have definitely defend Rastafari and Rastafari in the know. You know see it. So we started a thing them called a Time Ras Productions. And out of that, you know, came Sarabita Mondays. And Sarabita is really Ras Atiba spelled backward. And, you know, but Sarabita has a significant meaning. You know, see, very deep. So while we go on and we started that movement was to help youth and youth in the Brooklyn surrounding neighborhood or in the world to come and have a platform where them can definitely promote roots and culture in its authentic form. So our first year at the Sarabita movement, beautiful. And today I talk at the 4th year we are going to, and we're not stopping. But and for my career and so forth, we would have say, I must give thanks to all of the people who definitely contributed to my growth. Like Mr. Douglas Guthrie, the saxophonist, the musical director at the Sarabita World Band / Reggae Band. So, the man they help shape I and I in the now. And what we have plans for the future is we have our website up, www.atimerassproduction.com, where you can find 6 to 7 of our songs. You can purchase them through PayPal And I definitely I look forward to do a tour. And January of this month, the 4th, we'll be having an interview on King Lion Caribbean, see, showcase. And January 12th, we'll be having, our first leg, our world tour in a Manhattan. See, this is in Ludlow. See, King Lion again productions. And right now, as we say, Ras Atiba, the dub poet, what I would like to do, my contribution to the world, is to carry my brand of music to the four corners of the world. His Imperial Majesty, the Honorable Marcus Garvey, these two, icons, I would say ones and ones must look into their teachings, their philosophies, and gain them own understanding. And as humans, we have to work collectively. And black people, we must reconnect to our greatness. And when we say reconnect, we are talking about millions of years. So tap into your DNA. We're not talking about the one where you learned 6,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. We are talking about tap back in on your greatness. And I say, this is perfect love coming from Ras Atiba, dub poet. No drawing a line or build no fence. Rastafari. Big up to 9.